Alright, so here's my house. Home sweet home. This is what I bought with my hard-earned money. Oh, that's gonna fall. Nah, I'm just playing. That's the house next door that I keep bugging them to get rid of. Alright, well here I am sitting in my $1,300 house. This is my office slash dining room slash kitchen slash some other stuff. It's been stressful at times. It's been costly at times, which it's still doing that. But overall, it's been really good. So I know a lot of you have been wondering what I've been up to. You've been trying to get me to come hang out. I keep telling you no. A lot of you don't want to come up here, which is probably good because there's nothing to do here. I only have one TV going. And I do have internet and Xbox and all that, but it's in my bedroom and I don't like people in my bedroom. So you just be sitting here while I'm working, so don't feel bad that you haven't come up. Plus I know it's far away. But I figured it's time. I finally showed everybody what I've been doing. And I'm trying to get this YouTube thing going, which I'm still practicing that, so I know might need a little work, but this is going to be a little bit long of a video, mainly because I should have made this video a long time ago, and there's a lot to cover from when I got the house to now, which I'm about 7 months or 8 months in, something like that. I'm going to try and cover everything. I'm going to try and keep it as short as I can. I'm going to try and keep it interesting. Also, after reviewing the video, it's very important that you know that these are not titties. That was actually an Amazon customer complaint for this little chest deal. Makes it look like you got boobies. But nope, that's just my jacket. I've actually lost some weight, thank you very much. So look, it's probably best if I start you off with some pictures and photos of how it looked when I bought it. First of all, when I was looking for houses, so I was going to move to Florida, right? I had a bunch of money saved away. And then what happened this year? Coronavirus, right? I mean, I've been wanting to move for years. Didn't work out. Didn't happen because of coronavirus. I just thought, if I move down to Florida now, who knows, opening and closing, I don't know anybody there. If I have trouble finding a job or I get laid off, I just moved down there. It's just not smart. Might as well stay where I'm networked. But I had a lot of money, and I know myself, and I thought I would spend it. And I also thought that I would chip away at it if coronavirus got real bad and I didn't have another choice. So, I thought, what can I do with my money? I didn't want to put it in the stock market or anything like that. I'll tell you what, man, I've been tired of paying rent, having roommates. I'm not a rich guy. I make okay money, but I'm certainly not rich. I'll tell you one thing people that don't know me should know. Before I lived in this beauty mansion, I actually did come from a pretty nice house that I was sharing with a roommate out in Westfield. So it's not like I'm used to living like this. It's taking some adjustment. So I started trying to think, can I buy some fixer-upper house, right? Like looking everywhere. And I looked at one house and went through it, and it was awful. But I was like, screw it. And they said it was like $6,000. And so I offered the seller $6,000. And they declined because another person came and actually bid more on the house. And that was out in Newcastle, Indiana, right? So I was like, damn, man. And I thought $6,000 was like the best deal in the world for the house. I'd never even heard of buying houses for so cheap. It was insane. So I start looking around, and I find out about these tax lien sales. The most important thing is to hold that house for a certain amount of time. And after that period of time, if the person hasn't redeemed the property, which means you could put your money in and they could end up buying it back, then you don't get the property. And in the meantime, you can't live on the property, you can't touch the property, you can mow the grass, that's about it. So, that obviously wasn't going to work for what I wanted to plan. So there's these guys, they buy tax lien houses, and they'll be from out of state, and they'll just buy like as many of them as they can. Tons of properties, right? So some of them needed to be bulldozed. They were so bad when I was looking at them. Some of them, by the time I got there, in the picture for the auction, the house was there, but when I got there, the house had already been bulldozed by the city. On another note, don't know why the one next door to me hasn't had that happen yet, but I wish it would. So, anyways, this guy buys all of these houses. It was like 150 properties. He's never seen them, bid all online, sight unseen. He probably didn't even go to Google Maps and look at images. He holds on to them for the year until nobody comes back for him. So he did all the hard work, gets them all transferred over into his name, and then he puts them out to auction. Right? So there's like 150 houses that are up for auction. I wanted to see damn near all of them. As a matter of fact, I did. The starting bids were so cheap. It was like $100 to begin bidding on the house, or $1,000, somewhere in there. It was dirt cheap. So I went around. I looked at a lot of houses. There were only 3 that I liked. This was one of them. And when I say liked, I mean I've never bought and rehabbed a house before. I'm in HVAC and refrigeration and some other things, but hell, dude, I have never bought and rehabbed a whole house before. It's crazy talk, right? So, there's this house that I looked at that I'll show this video right now. Yeah, that one didn't have a floor at all. Like, I was thinking, I'm starting to give up hope until I found this one and another one. Well, I lost out on bidding on the one I really, really wanted, which may have been a blessing in disguise because it was a lot more expensive, and it would have been a lot more expensive to fix as a first-time project with my funds. But this one, nobody wanted. Come to find out later, there's probably some reasons why they didn't want it, but I wanted it. So I bought this house at auction for $1,275. Now, after you buy the house, right, you have to pay a lawyer and some other fees. I think all in it was like $2,500. And then the fun began. My money disappeared quickly. So I'm going to talk a little bit more in a bit about some other things, some trials and tribulations that I've been through that were extremely frustrating. But right now I'm going to show you a little bit of the house. So come on. Alright, so here is my house. The front door as you're walking up. Brand new mailbox. Yeah, look at that. Spiffy. This is the problem house next door that I wish would get bulldozed. I've been bothering them about it and bothering them about it. It's like one of the worst I've ever seen. It wasn't for sale in that auction, but if it were, I don't know who would have bought it. Here's my brand new electrical meter that's been approved by the city that I did all myself with the mast. I got a brand new electrical panel inside. One thing about this house is that it was completely stripped out. I mean, thieves came in and they stole everything. They stole the kitchen. Everything down to the sewer pipe of this house had to be brand new. No water lines, no electrical, no nothing left. So that was an interesting experience. When I first bought the house, this foundation here, which I've got to clean up that spray foam, but this foundation was falling in, and the whole side of the house was falling in this room. When you walked in the room, it felt like you were walking like this. But let's walk out here real quick. Here's the back of the house, which honestly, still to this day, I mean, for the money that got paid for it, it doesn't seem that bad. I was surprised nobody else jumped on it. And part of the reason is I was told it's a bad neighborhood, but I've only had one problem as far as that goes. And one bonus to this property is, yeah, this is my property, but see all that? All the way to that other house over there? In April, from here to that end over there, that street is all mine. So I've got quite a large amount of land here. Alright, let's take a walk inside. oh, home sweet home. I don't know, is it really much better than the other one I showed you at the beginning? I'm just kidding. So, this will be the family room, eventually. I have not touched this room much at all, other than keeping it clean, trying to keep it clean, which That is a huge thing about buying a house like this if you're going to live in it, is just keeping it clean. Because you'll be laying in bed at night and you'll hear a loud noise, a big boom, and you'll run down the stairs with your pistol or whatever, thinking that somebody's there trying to break in, and a piece of, like, the plaster fell off. Just will fall from the ceiling, you know, no big deal. You get used to it. This window is horrible, and I've been delaying it because I'm going to have to take the whole front siding off of the house, and I'm going to plan on doing that in the summer, but for right now, it's on the back burner. Yeah, look at that window. That's nice. This room, we keep this closed over here. Why do we keep this closed? Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's a nice view out the side. That house will eventually be gone, though. And when it goes, it's going to increase this property value greatly. So I'm definitely betting on that. So let me take you through. First, you should know this was just all filled with trash and junk. I'll show you the pictures. It was horrible. I think I pulled something like 12,000 pounds of trash that I had to pull to the dump in the first couple weekends. Tear all the carpet out. Oh, it smelled so bad, dude. I mean, people thought I was crazy. You might still think I'm crazy, but this is actually turning out pretty good for me so far. I've gotten used to a lot of things. For example, not having a kitchen. So I don't have a kitchen here, period. Like, this is where the kitchen used to be once upon a time. But when the thieves came in and stripped out all the electrical, tore out everything from the walls, they took the cabinets. I mean, they took the toilet. This is a no-no room. This wall here is actually going to be removed. But this was a bathroom. It's not going to be a bathroom again. But yeah, there's a nice little hole right down there in the floor. Oh yeah, you want to take a shower in that tub? I closed this room off so that my dog can't get into it. Speaking of which, Charger, where are you? Oh, there he is. Hi, boy. Good boy. That's closed off for now. Another project, not for this year. You have to. So that's one thing you're going to learn. When I got all this stuff, I told some people, I was like, I'm going to get this done in 6 months. This house will be done. And they all told me, no, you're crazy. You're crazy. It's going to take a lot longer than that. Fact of the matter is, they were right. I was wrong. This is probably going to take me 2 years. Or maybe even a little longer. Now, is it going to be worth it? Yes. But I thought I was going to be like done living the high life in this house already. Not happening. The projects take much longer than you think. They cost more than you think. Especially if you're trying to get stuff at a good price like I do, instead of just buying it straight out from the store. A project that you think would take an hour ends up taking 8 hours because you run into this, that, or the other. Just trust me, it takes a lot longer than you think. So, anyways, this used to be a kitchen at some point in time. A very small one. That wall's coming out, so there'll actually be room for a dining room table in here. And I'm pretty sure right now what I'm going to do when that wall's out is that's going to be a U-shaped kitchen, which I have a very nice kitchen set that my buddy Josh helped me out with. I'll show that right here. That was free to me, and that's sitting in storage right now. Let me show you the basement. First of all, let me show you what the basement used to look like. Okay, I was afraid to go in the basement. That was probably the worst part for me. There was old ducting, and the old furnace was down there, and there were 3 dead possums down there. I'm not making any of this up. There were black widows down there. One of them crawled on my hand at a certain point. I was like afraid to do that. A couple of my friends, even my one friend Josh, he was like, I'm not going down there. And he wouldn't. He would not go downstairs. Well, take a look at what it looks like now. I mean, obviously you can't live down here, but it was never meant for that. It's more like a cellar. So, let me show you the picture of what this entrance used to look like. And here's what it is now. I've painted down here. I've cleaned the floor. I installed a brand new sump pit, and everything. Here you see me working on getting the water done. Brand new gas lines, brand new sewer. All of this is not here when I bought the house. Okay, there were no lights in here, no electrical down here. There was a furnace right over here. It's actually not too bad down here. I don't fear coming down here anymore. These ledges were all dirt. I filled them in with concrete, and I still have to do it over here. But you can use it for storage, and which is going to be nice for me or whoever eventually owns the house down the road. Oh, hello, little boy. Poking your head through. Alright, so I'm going to show you some pictures of what it looked like. There was a wall down the middle with a brick chimney. I took that whole chimney out, all of that. And then I'll show you a video when I was kind of at a certain point in the project. So here's the pictures. And here's the video. Okay, so now that you watched that, we're in here now. I try to keep it as clutter-free as I can, but, you know, I am working on projects and stuff in here a lot, so. This is going to be the master bedroom. Master bedroom with a master ensuite bathroom. This space right in here is going to be for your closet. And then you walk in here. Oh, hi, me. This was a beautiful $400 medicine cabinet mirror. It opens on all 3 panels. Beautiful vanity that I'm really going to enjoy. Oh, by the way, I also have $3,600 of tile in storage that when it comes time, a lot of this house is going to be really nice tile. This bathroom, it's like a, I forget what they call it. It looks like a marble tile. Which is what the floor of this bathroom will look like. There's a shower. I still am not completely done with that shower yet. It's been quite a project within itself because the house is uneven. But it's going to be nice, and there'll be a light above here that will shine down, and it'll be on an actual dimmer on its own, separate from the vanity light. So, working toilet. Working toilet. Dude, let me tell you something about this toilet. When I first moved in here, I was in such a rush to get in here and get started on this project that I didn't have a toilet. Okay? Now, a couple of my neighbors knew that. My neighbors are all real cool, but we're just not going to talk about how I had to handle that. Let's just say I was super happy to have a toilet. Never in my life have I not had one. So, this toilet does work. Yep, shower doesn't work yet. Every night I leave, or every other night, depending on how dirty I am, and I go take a shower at my girlfriend's house, and she's very nice for letting me do that while I'm getting this project done. I also have to do laundry over there. There is no laundry here. yet. Although I do have a brand new washer and a really nice dryer. Alright, so you walk through here, and this is your utility room. Okay? Which I think is a pretty nice utility room. You got a laundry tub here, brand new washer, sweet little dryer, gas dryer. And there's your water softening system, and a tankless water heater. That's like a $1,600 unit right there. There's the furnace. This furnace is going to get replaced in the spring. Stuff like this. This is just temporary. There's a lot of temporary things in the house that. Okay, let me have a little sidebar here. You probably shouldn't do it like I'm doing it if you have a big family, because it may be dangerous. I know what I'm doing. I've got some trade experience, and I learn a lot as I'm going along too. But I wouldn't recommend having some of this open electrical or unfinished electrical if you've got small children or things like that, or people that are not very smart. But this, where this tankless water heater is, used to be a window, but it was broken out, and the windows in this house in general suck. Somebody did a remodel a long time ago, but they used really cheap windows, and they're almost all needing to be replaced already, and that was probably 20 years ago. This one was broken out, and I didn't want it, so I just walled it off there. And when I took it off and took it apart, it was full of ants. Full of ants. It was crazy. There were a lot of bugs and things in here. Oh yeah, let me show you the picture of the old cockroaches I found. No, I don't have cockroaches now. I don't. That was from some person who lived here before. I'm not going to say they were nasty, but there was like thousands. I found so much cockroach stuff. They've long since moved on. I put this door in. That door was not there, and it really bothered me that I didn't have a back door, so this is perfect. Now, once I get a garage put up or something back there where you can park your car, you'll be able to just come in through the back door, which, let me open that up. And here we go. See, it's not so bad. All of these joists are brand new. One of the reasons that I bought the house is if you look up there, all that decking is new. And all those rafters are new. Somebody started a remodel here and then gave up, ran out of money. Okay, so yes, it's pretty rough down here. But I'm going to be honest. I think the upstairs is pretty livable in my... Like, once you get used to it. Let me stop prefacing it and we'll just go up there. Okay. Oh, hi, Wrigley. This is my bedroom. Okay. Hello, Charger. And I've actually gotten used to it. It's pretty cozy. If you look up, so they obviously stripped all the electrical out to steal it. So you have little holes in the wall, stuff like that, and where they took fixtures off. But besides that, and the fact that I took the carpet up, which, that's not the house's fault, but it was just filthy and old. It's not bad up here, man. It's a pretty decent sized room. It's 170 square foot. This is going to stay the loft type atmosphere. This is going to end up being an office. And this big window right here is going to be perfect to have a Christmas tree. And like a love seat up here where families can enjoy that when they're not using it as an office. And people driving by will be able to see the Christmas tree through the big window there. But for now, it's my bedroom, because it was just the most convenient place to put it. When you walk in here, this will be a second bedroom. The way I'm planning this house is it's going to be 2 bed, 2 full bath. Plus, you could use that office as a bedroom, but it's really supposed to be like an office or a den. So the house is, probably should have said this before, about 1,300 square foot. So there is going to be a bathroom in here. This closet going to be gone. These stupid side windows that are all the way on the floor, it makes no freaking sense. All it does is take up a wall. Those windows are going. That's going to be wall, straight up wall. Same with the window behind that little shelf there. But yeah, because I don't have a kitchen, this is like my kitchen. I've got a little mini fridge here. Everybody knows I pretty much live off of like SpaghettiOs and ravioli anyways. So this is really not a big change for me. It's actually nice. No kitchen. You don't have to cook. Genius. I keep everything canned out on this table. Everything that something might be able to get into, I keep in here. Which, you might have wondered, are there any bugs in it? I got spiders here and there, which, you know, I handle it as I see them. But as far as bugs, no. No bugs, no mice. I had a couple mice, like, near when I moved in. Took care of it almost immediately. They were perfect. I did have a couple birds that somehow made it in here one day. That was interesting. This right here actually used to be a staircase. Not anymore. I have found all sorts of cool things in the walls, like bottles and old bottles. A lot of weird. I found a bunch of little girls' clothing. That was weird. And all different parts inside the walls. That was odd. This is neat, though. These are old flour sacks and lath cement bags that were lining the wall. And there's newspapers from 1913. You got some comics there. There were a lot more. There was a cool one of a Mexican dude. I'll show a picture of it. But the stuff is so fragile. I mean, if you touch it, it crumbles. So, and it all faded it was actually really bright when I opened up the wall. And it all kind of like turned black as the oxygen or whatever got to it. I should mention too, it's almost sad really when houses get like how this one is. It just boggles my mind how somebody could let it become to the state that what it was. I mean, I know money problems or whatever, but you'd think if you started to run out of money and you were going to lose your house, you would try to ditch it last minute, like sell it off, do something. But just to let it get to the awful condition, I'll never understand. But this house was built in 1880. It's 140 years old this year. I think that's a pretty cool feature. It is interesting doing construction on it, though, because I guess 140 years ago, the rules about headers and whether things had to be level and like secure, yeah, there wasn't really anybody there checking on that. But now there is, so I have to fix all that. But I'm glad that I'm fixing her up. I'll be satisfied when it's done. Alright, so let me tell you some things, though, that you might want to know if you ever thought about doing this. Check your local codes and permits. When you're doing something this big, even if you don't have any experience or something like that, or even if you do have experience, I had to learn the hard way. Some cities, some towns don't like that. They want you to be a contractor company. As a matter of fact, this town, Anderson, it's got a lot of problems. I had problems with the city as soon as I moved in. They denied every single permit that I made. It was a big fight. As a matter of fact, the guy said something along the lines of, "You will never get those permits."
Yes, but I'm not going to change it over the phone when I've been up there for 20 years and we've been doing it the same way. Well, I'm not going to argue with you anyway. Like I said, you won't get a permit on the heating unless you're a licensed contractor. I mean, yeah,
but how can you do that if it doesn't say that anywhere?
I don't have the book in front of me. When we get back in, we can pick up this discussion.
Okay.
Because I've been doing it, and we've been for 20 years. Licensed contractors have to do the trades. I'm not making that up. I mean, it's the way it's been ran. So you have your opinion, I have mine. We'll discuss this when we get back in. I'll be willing to help you, but I'm not going to argue over the phone. Like I said, I don't know your qualifications. I don't even know the address you're talking about. Well, then we need to take a second look at the property you're buying too.
I got all my permits, but it was a big fight. Big fight. You can't get away with doing as much work as I'm doing to this house without having permits. A lot of people say, I'll just do it without them. But I had to get, literally the house had no electrical. And so here's the problem. I had to get the permit to get the electrical hooked up and have it all inspected. Which I don't have a problem with it getting inspected. It's more about a cost thing and them being annoying. But you got to do it. Because then those people all talk to each other in a small town. So they come see your electrical connected, and then the next 6 months they drive by and the house looks like brand new on the outside, depending on what you did. They're going to know that you did something. They've been in it, they looked at it. So you have to get all the permits. There's a law, if you're in Indiana, that if you are the homeowner and you are living in the house, they cannot deny you the permits. I actually had to go through the mayor of the city, who had a meeting with the building commissioner and told him give him all his permits because I was causing too much trouble, which I'm perfectly happy to do. I had all this money in here. I didn't have a choice. I'm fixing my house. I know that there's people out there that have thought about doing something like what I'm doing. Or maybe there's some of you that would never do this. But the ones that think it's a cool idea, just know it's not like a dream walk, okay? You got to be a little bit tough mentality, and you got to live in a way that you're not used to living. But you do get used to it. It's weird. The body and the mind, man, they acclimate to your situation. When you live in a place like this, you're thinking of the long-term goal and the equity that you're going to have and the money that you're going to make. Even whether you stay in the house, like I'm going to for a while, or whether you sell it, you're thinking long-term, and it's okay. You get used to it. It's I hate to say it, but this has actually become pretty comfortable for me. And it just gets better and better as every weekend I get more and more done. You know, I'm this close to having a shower. Having the shower and the laundry is going to be like I'm spoiling myself. And it's going to be wonderful. If you want to join me on this journey and watch this progress as it goes along with a lot of other cool stuff I'm going to be planning on doing in this next year that are outside of the box, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're like me, you know YouTube is better than TV nowadays, and you can just sit and watch YouTube all day. So put me up on your YouTube and I'll keep you updated. Thank you for watching. Love you, friends. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing fine. See ya.